So let's get started with Adobe Photoshop. If you have, this is actually Photoshop Elements. If you have one of the newer version, it might keep asking you to log into Adobe online. You can say forget that, or I would just not work with that at this point. That's if you want to save things to the cloud, and we're not going to work with that here. Okay, when you first open up Adobe Photoshop, you'll see that you have Organize and Edit. You can click on Edit and File to open and open your items directly into the editor, or you can take them into the organizer and then move them into the editor from there. So let's go ahead and do that. I will go to the organizer, and at this point I can bring these items in directly from my camera. I can bring these in from a flash drive or from a folder on my computer. And probably the easy way is just to go to File, Get Photos and Videos, and I can choose my source. I'll say Files and Folders because I have my items already on my computer. So I'm going to go ahead and I can do a Control A to select all. I can hold the Control key to select random ones, or I can just select one at a time. And I can click Get Photos. Notice I can automatically fix red eyes and stack the photos. I don't like to do that because it can affect the red in my photos. And I click on Get Photos and it will bring them in. If any of them have tags from someone else, if someone else emailed me and had tags, I can keep their tags or I can discard the tags that they have put on and apply my own. So now that my items are in my organizer, I can apply tags by clicking on here if I want to, or I can take them directly into the photo editor. So to create tags, you can see that there are already tags here. If I wanted to drag the Beth tag, for example, on one of these, I can just drag the tag here. And now, when I select Beth, I will see any of the pictures that have her tag on them. I can also drag the photos to the tag instead of the tag to the photos, either way that I want to do that. I can select more than one tag by selecting all, or I can use the Control key to select random items or non-consecutive items and drag the tag over that way, and it will be applied. You'll see it popping up there to all of these items that I have selected. Notice that you can add new tags and new categories and really work on tagging your photos so that you can find your photos easily by scrolling down this way. Another neat thing in the organizer is that you can zoom in and zoom out, and you can, underneath your display, take a look at date view, for example, and see when your pictures were taken. If you know for sure that they were taken in September, and of course this all is reliant on you having your camera date set correctly, then you could just double click and it will show you the ones taken at that time. Anytime you want to go back to the photo browser, you can click here. Remember that if you double click on one, it will come full screen and you'll need to scroll out if you want to see others from there. You can also search from them by the newest first or the oldest first, and you can sort them by upload batch. So every time you import another one, you will see a different batch. So you can see by batch view. Now let's take a look at how we get to the editor from here. I can select one of these and then I can click Fix, or I can do a Control I, which will quickly load that organizer for me. The editor for me. It takes me from the organizer to the editor. I'll also notice that the editor will crop up down below so that I can switch between the organizer view and the editor view by clicking on my open items in the tray, because it is like two separate programs opening up. So I'll know that I'm in editor view when I see all these editing tools located over here, or if yours are banked, in fact, let me reduce the size of my screen so that you can see it a little bit better. If yours is banked over on the side, you can pull this out and you can put it into two items like this. Let's take a look. Okay, we have our toolbar here. We have a menu up here. You'll notice as I click on the tools that this little bar up here at the top, this little quick access toolbar, changes depending on which tool I'm using, and we'll talk about that when we get to the tools. You'll also notice that you have some panels over here, and underneath window it will show you with a check mark which of these panels is showing over on the right. These panels can be expanded and collapsed by using the little arrows so that you can put more in here. You'll also notice that when I do a Control I, it takes me into full edit. I do not like the quick edit, but if you like to do some quick editing fixes, you can pop on over here. And there's also a guided edit available. Down here at the bottom, it shows me the items that are in my bin. So if I wanted to go back to my organizer and bring some more things into edit, again, I can hold that Control key down, go to Control I, and it will bring in these other photos down here in my bin. Notice also that I can adjust the size of the windows by clicking and dragging. I have to get the double-headed arrow on these items. I can move my panels wider, smaller, by grabbing hold of them and making them wider or smaller as well. In our next videos, we're going to talk a little bit more about some of these editing tools, but I hope that gets you started both with the organizer, where you can tag, organize, and bring in items, and the editing mode, which we will show you all the cool things you can do with Photoshop.